So Juneteenth, it marks a powerful moment in history, the end of slavery. So as we go about our day celebrating, I just got one question to ask you. Are you really free? Let that sink in. Are you really free? Because if debt is running your life, if you're constantly stressed about money, if you can't say no, right, because of your finances or they won't let you, that's not freedom. Let's talk about true freedom and what it really looks like and how you can start walking in it financially today in honor of Juneteenth. Listen, my name is Jamila Davis Williams. Welcome back to my channel. I am also known as Coach Jam, the budget boss. And today's video is close to my heart because we're talking about freedom, specifically financial freedom, and how it connects to the meaning of Juneteenth. So let's talk about Juneteenth. So Juneteenth honors the day in 1865 when the last group of enslaved people in Galveston, Texas learned they were free, because the Emancipation Proclamation was actually signed in 1863, but 2.5 years later, the last slaves in Galveston, Texas learned that they were free. So I have another question for you. How much longer will you not realize just how free you can be financially? Another 2.5 years? Another year? What? Right? Because debt, living paycheck to paycheck, or feeling overwhelmed by bills, that's a bondage too. You're enslaved to debt. You're enslaved to your paycheck. And we can change that. So let's talk about what financial freedom really means. Financial freedom for many, because everybody has their own interpretation, it isn't about being rich, right? Even though ain't nothing wrong with that, because I want to be rich. It's about having options. When you have money and you're financially free, you're not down by debt, you have options. You have options to do what you want to with your money after you take care of your, living expenses. You have options what job you want to take or not take. You have options to, things that you don't have right now because you're like, I gotta stay at this job because I have debt to pay. I have bills to pay. I have credit cards to pay off. I have student loans. I have a car loan, whatever the case may be. You don't have the same type of freedom because of how debt is overwhelming, right? So when you have options, here's what it looks like. You can say yes to opportunities without worrying about money, right? Many times when we have the opportunity that comes along that we really want, a lot of times we're weighing it against, can I afford to do it or not? When you are financially free, money is off the table. You can decide to take an opportunity because it's your passion, because you enjoy it, and it has nothing to do with money, or you're not worrying about money. You don't panic about bills when they are due. That's what financial freedom looks like. You're not panicking when something comes in the mail or your phone rings and it's some bill collector. When you are financially free, you don't panic when bills are due. You don't, because you have the means to take care of them because you are walking in financial freedom. You can walk in peace instead of pressure and stress. You can walk in peace instead of pressure and stress. When you are financially free, it helps you to stress less and walk in peace. It helps us with our mental health, because stress is a silent killer. But when you live financially free, you are lifting a burden that you don't have to worry about your day to day because you're not overwhelmed by debt. You are in control, not your credit cards, not your student loans, not financial fear. Many times when you are overwhelmed by debt, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're always wondering what's going to happen next. You're always living in fear of the what ifs. What if I lose my job? What if my car breaks down? What if this happens? Because you don't have the necessary means, because it's all being paid out to to creditors, people that you owe. You're paying it out everywhere else. It's always wondering what else can happen. I'm hoping this doesn't happen. I'm hoping they don't lay us off. I'm hoping. And so you're always living in a constant fear. But when you are financially free, you go from living by choice. I'm sorry, living by choice and not by paycheck. I don't know about you, but I like choices and options. I like choices and options. And I'm sure if you're thinking about it, you like choices and options too. So I'm just going to give you 3 simple steps to start walking in the freedom that is rightfully yours. Just like when they were enslaved still in 1865 in Texas, they didn't know that for 2.5 years they were actually free. But when they got the news, they was ready to break camp, right? However, what stopped many of them was the lack of money, property. Well, they didn't have anything. So they had to get in debt to get these things. They had to work extra hard to get them. I'm asking you, what are you willing to do to get the freedom you deserve? What are you willing to sacrifice? How many jobs you willing to work? What are you willing to do on the side hustles to get financially free so that you can live in the peace and the freedom that is rightfully yours? So let me give you the 3 steps to start walking in freedom today. Juneteenth, today, as we celebrate, as we go to our activities and celebrate our culture, let's start celebrating newness of life, walking in financial freedom. Step number 1, you need to create a clear budget, and not just a clear budget, but a budget that fits your life, right? You hear me talk about that all the time. Budgets are not made equal. My budget might not work for your household. Your household may not work for my household. Budgets need to be individualized and work for your family and your situation, and it needs to be clear. You need to know where every dollar is going. Give your money an assignment and a purpose so that you're tracking every dollar and you're making sure you're tackling that debt. Number 2, you want to save consistently. Even $25 a week begins to build freedom, because the more money you start building on the side, when things happen, you're not stressing, you're not worried about the unexpected, because you have an emergency fund or a safety net to help you take care of the what ifs. And when it comes to that savings, you want to automate it. You want it coming directly from your paycheck or from your account into a savings account across town, somewhere that it can build without you touching it. So you don't want to have an ATM card. Nope, because it's going to make you have access to it. You want to have to drive to get it so that you can think about, do I really need this, or is this a want, right? And then number 3, you need to eliminate debt strategically using the snowball method. I talk about it all the time, where you take your smallest debt and list it first and then go down to the largest. Pay off starting the smallest, keep rolling those payments down till you pay all your debt off. That does take time. But guess what? You have me. I can show you how to create a clear budget. I can show you how to save your first $1,000 in 90 days and keep building upon it so that you hit 5,000 and 10,000, whatever your goal is. And then eliminate debt. I help you in the budgeting bootcamp learn how to use the snowball method and get out of debt quicker than you thought possible, because there is a method that works. And then you can celebrate the wins along the way. Now, I know that sounds easy, just 3 simple steps, but sometimes for people, you're still like, but I don't know what to do. That's where I come in. You can join the budgeting bootcamp. The next session start in July. There's one that's July 7th is the first day of it. That's a morning session. And then for the evening session, that is the week of July 21st. I am here to help you. We need to start walking in our true freedom and get financially free. We have the resources. We just have to have a plan put in place, a system, a budget, a spending plan, Get that put in place so that we can really see where our money is going, make our money work for us, learn about low risk investments, those different things. We talk about all that in the budgeting boot camp. You deserve to be financially free. You deserve to walk in true freedom, physically, mentally, spiritually, and yes, financially, right? You deserve it. And so we want to talk about that in the budgeting boot camp. Freedom is in your daily decisions. Let me repeat that. Freedom is in your daily decisions. You don't have to be perfect, but you got to stay committed. Stay committed to not just being free physically, but getting free financially. That is our next big step to living truly free. I just wanted to give you a quick short video to celebrate and commemorate this day, Juneteenth, as a powerful moment in history. But guess what? I want you to be totally free, 100% free in all your ways, including your money. So in the link, in the description, video description, you will find a link to the budgeting bootcamp. If you are ready to start walking in financial freedom, join me in the budgeting bootcamp. I promise you won't regret it. This is where you begin to take back control, build peace, and break free from financial stress. Be sure to click the link in the description to find more information about it, learn more about all the topics that we go over, all the things you're going to learn, tangible things you're going to walk away with, and how you can start saving immediately in the budget boot camp. And don't forget, sign up for my free monthly newsletter. You get tips, tools, some encouragement to help you grow in your finances, and it's delivered directly to your inbox. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy your day, celebrate Juneteenth in your community, the activities that they have with your children. Make sure that they understand our history, and then start working on being financially free and helping your children. So your children see that so they can share with their children as well. I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.